These Synergy extended brake lines are for the front or rear of your 2007 and up JK, whether it be a 2-door or a 4-door, with up to 4.5 inches of lift. Adding a set of extended brake lines like this is always nice when you have lift on your Jeep. You don't have to worry about pulling a brake line taut or breaking one when you're off-road, especially when you have those sway bars disconnected and you're articulating. This is going to be something that's very easy to install, a 1 out of 3 wrench installation. Of course, anytime you open up the braking system, you are going to have to bleed it out, which can take a little bit of time depending on your method, but still very easy, and we'll talk more about the installation in just a second. So even some of the higher end lift kits that are available will require you to straighten out the bends in your factory hard brake lines in the front of the Jeep in order to get a little bit of extra length so you don't pull those lines taut. I always prefer to purchase a longer set of soft brake lines rather than pulling on and bending those factory hard lines. So this is going to be something that is definitely on my build list every time I install a lift kit. Now, there are a lot of extended brake lines out there. They're going to be varying lengths. Of course, the longer ones are going to be a little bit more expensive. These ones are going to be a little bit on the higher side of the price range, even for a brake line of this length. If you like Synergy, you like the brand, you trust them, you want something that is high quality, I would say go with these ones. If you're on a little bit more of a budget, there are some less expensive options out there as well that are certainly going to get the job done. So of course, this is going to be a braided stainless brake line. It has a Kevlar coating that's going to help make sure that it's not going to rub through or of course burst. All of the hardware and the fittings that come on these brake lines are going to be zinc coated to resist any sort of rust and corrosion. So they have a lot of very nice features with them. They also do come with all of the clips, like I said, and everything that you need to get them installed. So it's a pretty nice set of brake lines. A lot of people are going to want to go with a set of braided stainless lines because they've read or heard that you're going to get a nicer pedal feel from a line like this, because with the rubber line you get some expansion, which can give you a softer pedal. And oftentimes, after you install something like this, you will have a nicer pedal feel. But a lot of that pedal feel is probably just going to come from the fact that you have some fresh fluid in the system, you got any possible air out of the system while installing these, and less about the fact that the stainless doesn't expand. That very small amount of expansion and contraction that you get from a rubber line isn't really going to translate that much into pedal feel. However, once you go and get these installed, you have some fresh fluid, you are probably going to get a little bit of a stiffer pedal, which is going to be sort of a fringe benefit to installing a new set of brake lines. So for the installation, again, very simple, 1 out of 3 wrenches. You'll have to disconnect the old brake lines, both at the hard line up on the frame and on the caliper itself. Make sure that you get rid of all the washers. There may be a washer that actually gets stuck onto the caliper. You don't want to double up washers. You can end up with a brake fluid leak. So make sure that that surface is nice and clean and free of those old washers before you install these new ones. You'll go ahead and attach the brake line onto the caliper and also onto the bracket up on the frame using the new hardware that comes with this kit. Now, you are going to want to pay attention to the way that these bend on those front brake lines. If you install them backward, they will hit on part of the axle when you turn all the way to the lock. So just make sure you take note of how the old ones were oriented and install the new, longer ones in the same way. Once the brake lines are fully installed, then it comes to bleeding. And there are a couple different methods for bleeding. You can either put pressure in from the top of the master cylinder to push any air out the caliper side. You can draw a vacuum on the caliper to pull fluid down, and of course also pull the air out, or the tried and true 2-person method of having somebody sitting in the vehicle pumping it while another person is cracking the bleeder to let air and fluid out on the caliper side. Whatever method you choose, you'll definitely need to bleed out the system, and if you're just installing these on the front, I would still recommend bleeding all 4 corners. You always want to start from the corner furthest from the master cylinder and work closer. Even though you didn't open up the back of the system, you may have still gotten some air in there. Worst case scenario, you get rid of some of that old fluid, especially that fluid right near the caliper that's been heated and cooled, possibly boiled, maybe has absorbed some water. It can't hurt to get some fresh fluid in the system. So these brake lines are going to run you right around $100. They are going to be a little bit more expensive than some of the other ones out there. Like I said before, Synergy has a great name. They make a very high quality product. I have nothing bad to say about these brake lines. If you are on a bit of a budget, there are some less expensive ones out there that are still going to get the job done. But if you're looking for something that is incredibly high quality, you like the Synergy name, you're okay paying a little bit of a premium for it, these ones are a nice choice as well. So if you're looking for a new longer set of brake lines for your JK, I definitely recommend taking a look at this set from Synergy, and you can find them right here at ExtremeTerrain.com.